You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Seth Peterson.
Hi, I'm Tippi Hedren.
I'm Rhonda Schwartz.
I'm Doris Roberts.
This is Jessalyn Gilson.
Hello, I'm Victor Webb.
Hi, this is Charlotte Ross.
Hi, this is Ed Begley Jr.
What's up, you guys? This is AJ from the Backstreet Boys.
Hi, this is Shannon Elizabeth, and you're listening to Talkin Pets.
Talkin Pets.
Talkin Pets.
And you're listening to Talkin Pets.
Talkin Pets.
Talkin Pets.
With Jon Patch.
Jon Patch.
You're listening to Talkin Pets with Jon Patch.
Hello, America, and welcome to Talkin Pets with your host, Jon Patch. Join Jon and his expert guests with all of your pet questions, concerns, comments, and stories. Now it's time for Talkin Pets with your host, Jon Patch.
And welcome to Talkin Pets, heard coast to coast on your favorite radio station. This is Talkin Pets, and we want to talk with you at 866-606-TALK. I'm Jon Patch, and joining us is Relief Veterinarian
Dr. Linda Register,
here to answer your medical questions and your behavior questions about your pets. The show is produced by Mr. Bob Page.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, Bobby?
Having a day.
How are you?
Lovely.
You're looking lovely today.
Geez, thanks. You know, I got all dolled up for you.
You're so special.
It's that tiara.
We're on camera, Linda. I'm not wearing a tiara.
If you want to check us out on the webcam, you can do so at talkinpets.com. Or, of course, myspace.com/Talkin Pets. Click on the dog watching TV, and you can watch us. 866-606-TALK, that's the number to call. The show is also produced by Matt at Business Talk and Lifestyle Talk Radio Networks. So pick up the phone, give us a call. We want to talk about your pets. We are open to your medical questions and your behavior questions, and we have a special guest joining us. His name is Bruno Murphy. He is the president of Elastic Earth. We're going to be talking about their new board game, Endango. He's going to be coming on in about a half hour, and we're going to be giving away some board games for your kids. Stay tuned. Once again, you're listening to Talkin Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
And Dr. Linda Register.
866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255. This is Talkin Pets.
Talkin Pets. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Hey, ready to take a walk? Not just you, but the whole family. It's the 2009 Whisker Walk, Sunday, June 7th from 11 to 3 at the Lancaster Fairground in Lancaster, Massachusetts. Pet owners and animal lovers walk to lend a paw to benefit the animal shelters and pet charities they love. Come see exhibits, demonstrations, educational programs, special attractions, product giveaways, entertainment, auctions, raffles, food, fun, and things for adults and kids to see, do, and buy, both human and pet related. Whisker Walk 2009, a fun day for everyone. For more information, log on to whiskerwalk.org.
Want to know what cats like to eat for breakfast? Mice Krispies, of course. Learn everything there is to know about cats on Catitude with your host, Tom Dock. Each week, we'll spotlight a cool cat breed, give up-to-date advice on cat health, and check out spiffy new cat products. So curl up on the couch every week for a perfectly enjoyable time on Catitude. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
And once again, you're listening to Talkin Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
And Dr. Linda Register.
How are you?
Tired.
Well, I know the last time I saw you, it was like, what, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
You know, it seems like it was like just a couple days ago. We did a live remote from the Marriott Hotel in Tampa Bay.
It feels like to me it was like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like it was much longer, but because I've had a lot of other stuff going on since
It kind of seems like yesterday to me. You know, and by the way, it was a good show, by the way, with the remote and the Hillsborough Animal Health Foundation and a lot of the vets that came on, and Jarrett Millard came on.
Mm-hmm.
Did a great job. Forged a friendship there with him. He's going to come on the show from time to time, talk about some wild animals.
Oh, good.
Really nice guy.
He is a really nice guy. We went out for drinks afterwards, after the event and everything, and he really had some interesting stories about how he got involved doing exotics and you know, being involved with them and stuff. So he had some very funny stories to tell.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting too.
And he roped his family in too into dealing with them.
Well, he started like when he was like what, 10? 10 years old?
Something like that, yeah.
And he's 30 now.
And he was like 15, and he had all these USDA and wildlife permits, which you have to legally keep these animals. And some of the stories were just so funny. He said, he get calls from animal services. It's like, hey, can you take this python or whatever? No one else has a license in the area. Oh, sure, I'll take it. No problem. And, like, not tell his mom or...
It's funny because you see him on, like, Rachel Ray, or he's on Leno, and he does some other shows, and you can't judge by a camera.
No, you can't.
Because all of a sudden, when I've seen him on there, I've seen him on different shows, and he was on that Greatest American Dog Show. He was the host of that. And I always thought, he was a little taller. And we were taking pictures for your foundation, and we're standing next to each other.
He's about my height.
Literally, he could, anyway, I won't go there.
Yeah, but he's just
he's
so
tiny.
He's just adorable. He's so sweet, and he's nice and very personable and
He's
easy
a great
to
guy.
talk to. And some of the people in the industry aren't.
No,
they're
right.
one way on camera, and then in person they're like, whatever, you're a peon. But no, he was
I've
really
noticed
nice.
that. Bobby and I have noticed that actually going out to Los Angeles and doing shows from out there, and there's some people that we could have some choice words on. And then there's
Some?
Yeah. And then there's some people that are actually really down to earth. Like one of my favorite, Betty White. Hands down. Love her to death. And Bob Barker, Bob Barker is, you get what you see. Great guy. And, there's some really cool, Linda Blair, cool person, Greg Louganis, nice guy. So there's some really neat people out there that are really out there for the right reason. And I do put Jared Miller on that list. He's a really nice guy. So, and he's out to make a difference and out to educate people about, not only about pets, but also about wildlife.
Right, and he's been doing that since he was a teenager.
Well, since he was 10.
Doing all the educational stuff and everything, and he was telling us stories that we're like, because feeding these animals can be very expensive, and we're like, how did you manage to do it? He's like, well, I had a paper route.
Oh, jeez.
So he'd do the paper route to earn money to feed the animals and did the educational things and stuff, and then he would physically take care of, clean their cages and everything himself. So.
Well, I think it's kind of cool too because just talking about Jared Miller, also we're going to be having Bruno Murphy, and if Bruno's not available, actually his wife Tara is going to come on with us, and we're going to be talking about Endango. It's a green board game, and it lets kids save the planet and endangered animals. This is really cool, and you've got a little girl. She's only 2, Leela, but it's basically for 6 and up.
But she loves animals,
right?
And she's only recently kind of started watching like Dora the Explorer and Diego. But I mean, we go anywhere, and of course, the marketing with that thing, Dora the Explorer and Eggo. She can't say Diego; it sounds like Eggo. It took me weeks to figure out what she was saying.
Sometimes it takes me weeks to say things too. So. But we're going to be giving away some of these board games as well, and compliments from also Bruno Murphy. And his company is actually called Elastic Earth, and it's a new company. They just started, and this is their first game that they put out, and it's really cool. And I've got some trivia questions from the board game that we're going to ask and put out. And they're a little easy. They're for younger generations, but we'll put them out anyway. And if you get them right, you're going to win a board game, the Endango board game, and also we're going to send out to you a bottle of Pet-tastic. And also, for the first one, Uncle Norman's Pet Bath Sponge. So you get quite a bit coming out.
Which is great for not only dogs, but toddlers as well.
Yep. Today in history, I am going to give out a trivia question for Dr. Linda. I can't give you animal trivia, so I'm going to make this one a history trivia. Ready?
Jeez, all right.
Marie Antoinette, age 14, married the future King Louis the 16th of France, who was 15, in what year? Marie Antoinette.
That's French history. Who cares about French history?
Uno, dos, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That would be Spanish. Take a guess.
Cinco de Mayo has passed.
I'll tell you, it was in the 1700s.
1765.
You were close, actually. It was 1770, so that wasn't too bad.
All right.
But you're still wrong. In what year the first?
Well, what year did she get beheaded?
I don't know.
If I wanted to talk to a vegetable, I would have bought one at the market.
That's why they beheaded her. The first Academy Awards were presented during a banquet at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. The movie Wings won Best Production, while Emil Jannings and Janet Gaynor were named Best Actor and Best Actress in what year? It was way back.
1921?
Oh, I was shocked. I thought you were actually going to get that one. It was 1929.
Oh.
So that's trivia questions.
I was in the right decade.
No, you were close, actually. That was pretty good. Better than I would have done. Celebrity birthdays, and speaking of someone I met in Los Angeles, actor Pierce James Bond, Brosnan is 56 years old. I thought he was older.
I thought so too. I think it's because I've seen him on TV
That's
for so long.
Everywhere. I mean, he was on that one detective show.
Remington Steele.
Yeah, very good.
Remington Steele.
You got that one right.
And I'm trying to remember the name of his co-star, female, and I should know it. And I can't think of it right now.
I remember her face.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
And that was in the late 80s, early 90s.
Did you see that the movie that he was just in with Meryl Streep?
Mm-mm.
Something in the Air.
I haven't been out to see movies much.
Oh, it's on
lately.
DVD now. What was the name of it? SOS, ABBA. Bobby, what's the name of that movie?
Oh, Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia. No, after seeing the
John, I believe that's Mamma Mia.
Thank you, Bobby.
You're welcome.
And by the way, actually, he's not a singer. He sings in that movie.
Now, after seeing it was the Las Vegas version of it. Forget about seeing the movie.
It was cute. Also, retired tennis star hottie Gabriella Sabatini.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Is 39.
What else is she?
39.
There's more.
Is she a mom?
Not on my sheet. There's not more.
I believe there is.
No, there's not.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So what do you know, Bobby, that we don't?
Yeah, I know. You didn't put it on mine. It must have been something bad. It's always got to be something bad if Bobby puts it on there.
Read it again?
No, I'm not going to. Because I probably said something I shouldn't have. 866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255. First trivia question out there, and this one is not for the Endango game, but this is actually going to be for a bottle of Petastic Naturals and Uncle Norman's Pet Bath Sponge, if you get this right. Like I said, it's a little easy. These are some of the trivia questions on the board game, and it's a kid's game. But which of these uses the most energy in 30 minutes? Which of these uses the most energy in 30 minutes? Is it A, TV, B, flashlight, C, clothes dryer, or D, the radio? Is it A, B, C, or D? TV, flashlight, clothes dryer, or radio? Which of these uses the most energy in 30 minutes? Think about it. TV, flashlight, clothes dryer, or radio? If you know the answer to that, we're going to send you out a bottle of Petastic Naturals, as well as Uncle Norman's Pet Bath Sponge. And what the heck?
I need more information on the TV. Are we talking like a flat screen or a regular TV?
I don't know. They just say TV. And we will include the Endango game. So if somebody gets it right, you'll get also the Endango game compliments of Bruno Murphy, the president of Elastic Earth.
And if you don't have kids, great present for nieces and nephews.
Big time, big time. This is a fun game. It's all about saving the planet and saving the animals, and it's a really cool game.
It's educational in general because you learn like science
stuff
and everything. So it's a great learning game.
Multiple choice. Which of these uses the most energy in 30 minutes? The TV, a flashlight, clothes dryer, or radio? If you know the answer to that, give us a call, and you are going to get a bottle of Petastic Naturals, Uncle Norman's Pet Bath Sponge, and yes, we are throwing in, even before we talk with Bruno, the game Endango. That's coming out to you. So, real quick, Mark from Tennessee. What do you think, Mark? What is the answer? Is it TV, flashlight, clothes dryer, or radio?
Television.
You think it's a TV?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you get a toupee with some brains in it?
Sorry. Try again, Mark, on another trivia question, but that one is incorrect. Once again, you're listening to Talkin Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
And Dr. Linda Register.
866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255. I'll tell you about the movies when we come back, so stay tuned for that. But we want to talk to you. We're open to your medical questions and your behavior questions. 866-606-8255. Pick up the phone. Give us a call. Trivia question still out there. Which of these uses the most energy in 30 minutes? The TV, a flashlight, clothes dryer, or the radio? 866-606-TALK.
It's an interesting story about a pretty odd couple. A stray dog and an orangutan has sparked a friendship that's proving to be a match made in showbiz heaven. With the Talkin Pets News Brief, I'm Bob Page. The animals have become best friends at the Institute of Greatly Endangered and Rare Species in South Carolina. So unique is their story that Soraya and the orangutan and Roscoe the dog have bagged themselves a slot on the Oprah Winfrey show called Amazing Animal Friendship. Most dogs avoid apes, but Roscoe is happy to swim and play alongside Soraya and even let his hairy friend take him for walks. When they're both feeling a little lazy, they will go for a ride on the back of Bubbles, who happens to be their 27-year-old African elephant. Soraya is an animal ambassador at the sanctuary, helping to raise baby primates, but likes nothing better than spending quality time with his canine friend on his day off. Reporting for Talkin Pets, I'm Bob Page.
Bobby, we spend quality time together, you and I. How come we're not on Oprah?
I was wondering more why we weren't riding elephants around. But that's just me. Actually, I've ridden an elephant once. It was the most uncomfortable experience of my life. I was like 16, and I was like, I feel pretty awful about this. I'm never going to do this again.
I think your hiney needs to get used to it, because it's just like riding a horse. Do you ever ride a horse and you get off, and the next day it's like you feel like somebody beat you up with a bat over the bum?
I've only ridden a horse once. I crashed my car near a friend's house, and she gave me a ride home on a horse. My dad was not pleased.
Why? He was not pleased because you rode the horse, or he was not pleased because you crashed the car?
No, they're all sitting out front, and I come home on a horse, and they're like, where's the car?
Hi-ho, Silver!
I'd be asking the same thing.
Car? I'm okay. I lived. How about that? It's in the woods a mess.
You know, I used to work with someone that had her own horses, and she started riding her horse to school instead of taking the school bus. And one day she came in late, and the teacher's like, that's what you get for riding your horse. She's like, I didn't ride my horse to school today. I took the bus.
Jeez.
So she was more likely to be late riding the school bus than riding her horse to school.
Well, I always said, we could save this environment if we start riding horses instead of all these cars going around.
Well, horses are extremely expensive to take care of. Heaven forbid they need surgery for colic. Yeah, my God.
They are expensive, but they're beautiful creatures, and you don't have to worry about putting gas in them.
And you may not put a hole.
Feed them.
You may not put a hole in the ozone layer with a horse, but somebody's got to pick up after them, and that stuff is huge.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's the cows that are creating the hole in the ozone layer.
Right, well.
Everybody produces methane. Every animal.
What are you saying, Linda?
The average human, 14 to 15 times a day.
Point it the other direction, please. 866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255. Hey, like I said, if you're going to the movies this week, Star Trek, no surprise here, number one movie as of last week. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you seen it? Did you see it?
I did see it. It's excellent.
I haven't seen it yet.
Awesome. Really is. And
you know, it's
and
an
I'm not a Trekkie.
It's an odd number movie. It's supposed to be the even ones are the ones that don't stink.
No, this was.
And this is like number 11.
This is really good because it's the beginning. It explains everything on how they meet, how they get together, how they know each other, and then how they come upon the ship.
What gets me is how is everything more high tech than the original series?
The cinematography is just more advanced. It is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's
but
extremely
it doesn't
well
make
done.
sense that the prequels are more advanced technologically wise than the series. That's why I couldn't get into Enterprise.
Oh, you're confusing me. But anyway, it's good. Go see it.
Oh, anyone who's a Trekkie would understand what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm not a Trekkie, but I love the movie. It was excellent. I mean, great acting, great writing, everything. Also, X-Men Origins was number 2. Number 3, Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. Number 3, cute movie. That's okay. Number 4, Obsessed. And number 5, 17 again. And I did screen Angels and Demons this week. You can check out my review at talkinpets.com or myspace.com/Talkin Pets. Click on movie review and you can read that.
Did you like that one?
As for the film, I didn't think it was as good as The Da Vinci Code, but I thought it was okay. The story was good. I thought it lagged in a couple of places where it got a little boring, but I don't think it was as in my opinion, I didn't think it was as controversial as the Catholic Church is making it out to be. There is controversy, of course, but there isn't anything from politics to friendships to everything these days. So in the Catholic Church, who would think? Go figure.
There's always controversy in the Catholic Church.
Exactly. Out to Mark real quick in Arizona. What do you think, Mark? What's the answer to that trivia question? Which of these uses the most energy in 30 minutes? The TV, the flashlight, the clothes dryer, or the radio?
The clothes dryer.
Well, congratulations. The clothes dryer uses a lot of energy, and basically what they say is you should be hang drying your clothes. That is the answer. We're going to send out to you a bottle of Petastic Naturals, Uncle Norman's Pet Bath Sponge, and most important, you're getting the board game Endango by Elastic Earth, LLC. So stay on the line, and we'll get your address in Arizona and ship that on out to you. That's Mark out there in Arizona. He's our winner. You're listening to Talkin' Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
And Dr. Linda Register.
Coming up, Bruno Murphy to talk about his board game Endango.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Greetings, human. What planet am I on?
Welcome to Pet Planet. Here's a copy of Pet Planet Magazine, Florida's most informative and fun pet resource magazine. It features heartwarming stories and informative articles from local and national pet experts.
Excellent.
Pet Planet Magazine offers Operation Planet Rescue, helping rescued pets find new homes. And it's available at 500 locations in South and Central Florida and 24/7 on the internet at petplanetmagazine.com. If you're out and about with your pet, you may be featured in Paparazzi, candid pictures of you and your pet. For up-to-date pet-friendly events, activities, and pet-related services and products, Pet Planet Magazine is your final destination.
I shall take this magazine home with me.
Back to your home planet?
No, to my condo in Boca.
Pet Planet Magazine. Check them out at www.petplanetmagazine.com or 352-394-8578. It's out of this world.
New York, the glitz, the glamour, the exciting Mutt-tropolis, the sparkling kitty city that never sleeps. Join us each week for Pets in the City with your host, Diane West. Celebrity pet sightings, hot events, and news and reviews with the hottest movers, shakers, and tail waggers in New York. So take a bite out of the Big Apple with Pets in the City every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
First Talking Pets news from the USA Today, live from the ranch. Here's your host, Jon Patch.
Out of Reno, Nevada, the Federal Bureau of Land Management plans to have 2 more long-term holding facilities for wild horses. Animal rights advocates criticize the plan, saying it would leave more Mustangs in permanent captivity than on the range. The facilities would hold up to 6,000 Mustangs. Existing facilities are full, and more roundups are planned. Dr. Linda?
Lexington, Kentucky. Experts at the University of Kentucky are warning horse farm owners to be on the lookout for eastern tent caterpillars. Researchers at UK tied the caterpillars to mare reproductive loss syndrome, which in 2001 caused hundreds of foals to be born dead or dying and thousands of mares to abort early in pregnancy. John?
Out of Fargo, North Dakota, a North Dakota State University Extension Service veterinarian estimates 80,000 cattle likely have been lost to a harsh winter and spring flooding. Charlie Stoltnow said it will take time to tally the numbers. The threat of anthrax among livestock also is an issue, he said, because floodwaters spread anthrax spores. Did you know that, Linda? Dr. Linda?
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it can stay in the ground for years.
And it's amazing, though, because that is true. Like, when all these floodwaters come through, they say stay out of the water because you never know what's floating in it.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Manchester, New Hampshire. Just in time for Mother's Day, a mother duck was reunited with 2 of her babies who fell into a storm drain. City workers opened the grate, climbed into the drain, and rescued the ducklings. The mother and her 11 ducklings were taken to the Merrimack River. John?
Out of Seattle, Washington, Kevin Steele of Bellevue was fined $160,000 and sentenced to 30 days in jail for mislabeling turbot from China as higher-priced halibut. Steele, a fish broker, pleaded guilty to tampering with 65 tons of the fish and selling it to stores in Texas and Utah. Linda?
North Bend, Oregon. A small airport on the coast takes care of its bird problems with a border collie named Philly. I just don't understand why the dog has a horse name. Southwest Oregon Regional Airport sends the dog after the geese that can pose a hazard to aviation. She chased flocks of geese into the water, says Bob Hood, airport wildlife manager. She's really good at her job.
And once again, you're listening to Talkin' Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
And Dr. Linda Register.
We welcome your calls and questions at 866-606-TALK. Joining us coming up is Bruno Murphy. He's the president of Elastic Earth, LLC. We're going to be talking about their board game, Endango. and we're going to find out exactly about this board game. And compliments of Bruno, we're going to be sending you out a couple of board games if you can answer one or two trivia questions. 866-606-TALK. This is Talkin Pets. We have a special guest joining us for the next couple minutes. His name is Bruno Murphy. He is the president of Elastic Earth, LLC, the creators of Endango. Kids go green to save the animals. We want to welcome onto the program Bruno Murphy. Hey, Bruno.
How are you tonight?
We're doing wonderful. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you.
Now, this is a really cool game, and I already gave out a trivia question from the game, and we did have a winner. Mark out in Arizona, actually, is getting one of your board games, and I want to talk about this game because it's really cool. I mean, I like when you can actually take something that's, educating kids about the environment and about, Earth and about the animals that, share this planet with us, and this is really an awesome game. Is this your first game that you put out on the market from Elastic Earth?
It is, absolutely. My 3 children were playing with their stuffed animals and a reuse, recycle, reduce triangle, and they were having the actions that they would, while they were going around the board, affect their stuffed animals, and we saw that this indirect consequence that they had created here with their stuffed animals was an excellent concept for a board game, so that children that would play this would become very personal for them, so that their actions, would link that to their indirect consequence in the environment and the fate of endangered animals. So, we created Endango and brought it to market, and children and parents alike are loving it. Just received the Parents' Choice Award. We just got an email from that yesterday, in fact. So.
Cool. Congratulations.
Okay, so did the kids get a raise in their allowance for helping you come up with this concept?
I think, college tuition and all, that's all in the future, so indirectly.
That's their raise.
That's right. But no, they had a great, huge part in this, and, they are passionate as well, about the game and about the environment.
Now, this game is available. Now, it sells retail price for $19.99, correct?
Yes.
And it's available, at different zoos and aquariums, science centers, and retailers across the country?
Absolutely. There's zoos, museums, aquariums. There are small specialty retailers, Seattle Aquarium, just to name a few, the Fawns in Washington, the North Carolina Aquariums, the National Aquarium in Baltimore and Washington, so there's just numerous locations, and you can go to our website, elasticearth.com, all one word, and go to retail locations, and you can find one close to you, or you can buy the game online as well.
That's cool, and that's elasticearth.com if you want to find out where you can find the board game, but then also if you want to purchase it, you can get it right on the website. Now, also with this, too, now you feature 4 Endango kids, now 4 environments, which is safari, forest, ocean, and ice.
Correct.
Now you go through all of these as you're playing the board game?
Yeah, what happens is each child is responsible for one of those environments and 3 endangered animals in it. So they start their animals all endangered, and then based on the behaviors that they encounter as they navigate the human track inside, they land on green behaviors. They will, for example, recycling or reusing, exercising, etc. And they will earn positive points that will affect their animals in the environment and move positively toward saved. And conversely, if they land on a negative behavior like littering,
then they become extinct.
Negative.
Bruno, don't go away. We've got to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to continue on with Bruno Murphy. He is the president of Elastic Earth. Their website is elasticearth.com. We're talking about Endango, the game. Trivia question real quick. If you get it, you get the game. Which of the following is not a shark? Bluetooth, great white, nurse, or hammerhead? 866-606-TALK. I will have you know this movie traumatized me.
Really?
It was like 1973.
You don't like naked girls swimming in the water?
I was 11.
I was like, oh my God, look at that. She's nudie patootie.
Yeah, but when she got pulled under, I felt so horrible.
It was like
the music.
Rewind.
I didn't even want to go in the bathtub after that.
I know.
We live in Florida. We're surrounded by water down here, so every time we go in the oceans, the sharks. You ever on a plane when you're flying out of Florida and you look down and you see all the sharks in the water? It's amazing how close they are to you.
Yep.
So they say don't wear jewelry in the water.
Yeah, if I don't really go in further than say my thighs.
Bobby's afraid to go past his ankles. It's hysterical. Well, anyway, you're a little bigger than I am, Bobby, so you need to go swimming with me, because if the attack happens, I'm going to eat him.
Well, and I'll be like, don't eat me, I'm not the healthy one.
You also have to...
lean meat over there. Get the lean meat.
Pelicans, too. I saw a thing in the paper where this lady had come back. Her family would come down to Florida every year for vacation, and last year she was out swimming, and a pelican came out and... poked her in the face or something.
I heard about that, actually.
Yeah.
Pelican.
You never know what you're going to get hit with. Well, this music has some significance, other than the fact that we're speaking with Bruno Murphy, the president of Elastic Earth. We do have Tom in Greenwich, Connecticut, listening on WGCH, thinks he knows the answer to this question. Which of the following, from the board game, Endango, and it's for kids, by the way, which of the following is not a shark, Tom? Is it the Bluetooth, the Great White, the Nurse, or the Hammerhead? What do you think, Tom?
I would say...
I hear kids in the background.
The Hammerhead.
You think the Hammerhead is not a shark? Tom, you should have let your kids answer that question.
It's a Great White, then. It's a great... They're both.
Next time...
I keep picking them and you keep missing them.
Next time, Tom, next time let your kid call.
Not a shark.
You'll scream too much. All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Tom. That's Tom out there in Greenwich, and that's wrong. He didn't win the board game Endango. I thought that was like the easiest thing.
Wow.
So, and Bobby, you were condemning me for this question.
Unbelievable.
Which of the following is not a shark? So apparently, Bruno Murphy, your board game is a little tougher.
Shark.
Is not a shark. The Bluetooth, the Great White, the Nurse, or the Hammerhead?
See, not only do you have to be well-versed in, animal stuff, but technology as well.
Apparently. Bruno, I thought that was an easy question, and Tom and Greenwich didn't get it.
Yep, we see that a lot where parents, that's why it makes the game so much fun. It lasts, a half hour, 40 minutes, so the parents can sit down with the children, play the game, and learn a lot themselves as well.
Good,
So,
not as long as Monopoly. We were just talking about Monopoly. I don't think I ever finished a game of Monopoly in my life.
there's such
because it goes on for hours.
Right.
The thing that I like, Dr. Linda pointed out during the break then too, and your product, your Endango game is earth friendly, of course, and it's all from recycled, correct?
Recycled materials and soy-based inks, exactly.
See, no petroleum-based products in it. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well,
so
the trivia question is still out there. And
so your kids can eat it and they'd be okay. It's non-toxic.
It's not recommended.
Not recommended, but just in case.
It's not what's for dinner.
Well, I want an answer to this trivia question. Which of the following is not a shark? Is it the Bluetooth, the Great White, the Nurse, or the Hammerhead? And Tom, you're cut off. 866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255. You're going to get a copy of the game Endango, compliments of Bruno Murphy, and also their website, if you want to check it out, is elasticearth.com. And we got Randall out there in South Carolina. Randall, I hope you know this one. Randall, what do you think? Which of the following is not a shark? The Bluetooth, the Great White, the Nurse, or the Hammerhead?
It's the Bluetooth.
I would say that you are absolutely correct.
So what is a Bluetooth?
A Bluetooth is a like your telephone ear thing. It's dealing with electronics.
There you go.
Yes.
That's good. Well, congratulations. We're going to send out to you the board game from Bruno Murphy and Elastic Earth, the game Endango. So stay on the line, and we'll get your information there in South Carolina and ship that out to you.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a fun game, Bruno, and that's the thing is that that you can have a good time, just like you were saying, with the whole family and playing this game. And you think that some of these questions are basically for kids, and you think that they're easy, but. Yeah, they might be
a lot of the adults are getting them wrong. I'm surprised.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them here. I mean, you get into there's different parts of the cards, right? There's multiple choice. There's true, false. What's the rediscover?
Right. Rediscovered is if one of your animals happens to go extinct, you continue to play the game, and if you land on an Endango space and draw rediscovered, you can reintroduce him to the environment. It's as if a scientist has rediscovered that species somewhere on the planet, and so it's back in the game. There's some altruism built into the game. It's the Save the Animals card when drawn. The child would save an animal for another player and then get 3 positive points for one of their animals as well to, reinforce that.
Nice.
Another question out there, because we have one more game to give away, compliments of Bruno Murphy and Elastic Earth. The endangered manatee. Now, this is pertinent to us in Florida. The endangered manatee, which lives in shallow waters off the coast of Florida, is most threatened by what? Is it A, boats, B, sharks, or C, whales? Which are they most endangered by?
And anybody in Florida should get it right. If you live in Florida and call in and get it wrong, you have to move out of the state.
Oh, no.
Is it boats, sharks, or whales? Which is most endangered to the manatee, the Florida manatee? Yeah, you got a lot of great information in this game, and that's the thing that I loved about it when I saw it.
I know
Bruno.
we're focusing on the game, but what other products does your company promote?
This is the first one, right?
This
is our first game. We actually created Elastic Earth to distribute this game. We really, we believe wholeheartedly that this is going to have an impact in the environment. Children will play this, learn green behaviors, and carry them with them for the rest of their lives, and so, have an impact on our planet.
Well, hold on, because we got Bob out there before we go out to a break, and we got Bob in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thinks he knows the answer to that. Now, see, not Florida,
Not
Vegas.
Florida, so he doesn't have to move out of Nevada if he gets it wrong. So,
from the board game Endango, the endangered manatee, which lives in shallow waters off the coast of Florida, is most threatened by what, Bob? Is it boats, sharks, or whales?
It's the propeller from the boat.
Congratulations.
Nice work.
Very good.
You got coming out to you the board game from Elastic Earth, Endango. Stay on the line in Las Vegas there, and we'll ship the board game out to you. Don't go away, Bob, and talk with Matt. And also, Bruno, don't go away. I've got 1 or 2 more questions for you before we say goodbye. We're speaking with Bruno Murphy. He's the president of Elastic Earth. You can check him out on the website at elasticearth.com. It's a really cool game. Check it out. And you can find out where they're sold, or you can buy it online. Once again, you're listening to Talkin Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
And Dr. Linda Register.
866-606-8255. This is Talkin Pets.
Talkin Pets. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pet Life Radio proudly presents DSPN, the Dog Sports and Performance Network. Get ready to unleash the dog sports enthusiast in all of us. From speed joring and mushing to racing, agility, and competition. This is the place to learn all about the dog sports and activities that you can do with your furry best friend and canine competitor. So get ready for game time. DSPN with your host, Lori Williams. Every week, on demand. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
And once again, you're listening to Talkin Pets. I'm Jon Patch.
And Dr. Linda Register.
We're speaking with Bruno Murphy, the president of Elastic Earth. Their website is elasticearth.com. We're talking about the game Endango. It's a green board game, lets kids save the planet and endangered animals. Created by his children, Mercedes and William. How old are your kids?
Mercedes is 10, William is 6.
Wow.
Wow.
Smart kids.
They are.
Now, how do you base a board game on the age? I've always been curious on that. How do you base it, for 6 and up?
I think it's because his 6-year-old was the youngest, so it was appropriate for 6 and up because she helped develop it.
Was that it, Bruno?
That's part of it, and there's a lot of games out there for children 8 and up, and we thought children are a lot smarter these days, it seems, so they can really get learn things earlier. So
much smarter these days. They sit down in front of a computer and run circles around me.
That's right.
I'm like sitting there going, I have no idea. And meanwhile, just like the video games when they play those things, I don't know how they do it.
You even sounded old when they played those things.
Well,
another thing about Endango, it's family oriented. They can all sit down together and have a good time playing and learn something about the environment and learn how to do your part.
Now, it says for 2 to 4 players. Does it make a difference? Is it better to play the game with 4 players, or is it okay? What about 3 players?
It's great. There are 4 environments, but it only takes 2 to play. 3 players are fine.
So would you just leave out one of the environments if you have 3 players?
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, once again, the board game has Endango, features 4 Endango kids, 4 environments, which is safari, forest, ocean, and ice, and 12 endangered animals and 100 educational cards, like we said, for 2 to 4 players. And you can find out where you can purchase it, or you can get it online at elasticearth.com. Bruno Murphy, my best to your wife and kids, and congratulations on making a very friendly and environmentally sound game for the whole family.
Bringing back family game night.
No, and thanks, by the way, for giving away some of the board games to our listeners. That was really cool.
Absolutely. I would really like to, encourage everyone to get out to their zoos, local zoos or city zoos. They also do a lot to support endangered animals and the research to keep them around, and pick up the board game while you're out there at the gift shops. If it's not there, maybe ask them to give us a call, and so they can carry it too.
Sounds good. Bruno, thanks so much. The best to you and the family, and have a great weekend.
Great. Thank you.
That's Bruno Murphy, the president of Elastic Earth, LLC, the creators of Endango, the board game. It's only retail prices for $19.99, and like we said, you can find out more about it at their website, elasticearth.com. So check it out. A lot of fun. I love giving things away, and I love the board games like this. I think that's so important. It's tough to actually mold an adult's mind. But with children, you can actually teach them, all about, saving the animals so they don't go extinct. So,
but I don't think it's just saving the animals. They learn other facts.
Yeah, no, there's other things too about the planet and energy and
so it's like really
science.
It's educational without them knowing.
Exactly.
You don't want them to know it because then they won't learn it.
866-606-TALK, that's our number to call all the time. And by the way, spay and neuter your pets and help control that pet population. For myself, Jon Patch.
And Dr. Linda Register.
Bob Page.
We say goodbye for this hour of Talkin Pets. Talk to you again very soon. Thanks for joining us. And again, it's elasticearth.com. Check it out. The board game is Endango, and this is Talkin Pets.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.